Yes. Bye bye 2020 and welcome 2021. Hopefully 2021 will be a better year for all of us. So to all my fans and friends, to all of you out there, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Well, yesterday I posted a video responding to questions, to some questions that I received from some of my friends, and this video was about a specific rhythm in music, which is the 6/8, and I tried my best to explain to them, the what the 6/8 meter entails in music, and but for some reasons, I received messages today from some people asking for more. Well, I was not. It was not my intention to post the videos about things like that in music, because like I told you in my previous video on the subject, I'm not a music teacher, so but since you are interested in the rhythm chat with me, so if I can try to tackle some of those rhythms with you, because it seems to me you are very interested in practicing different kinds of rhythms. And yes, if I can promise you, if you watch the videos, and then I think I will probably do that. I will probably post I will probably continue to post videos about rhythms in music. I have explained a few things about the 6/8, and if you are really interested in the subject, if you watch the videos, so I will cover not only the simple time signatures, or the simple meters. I will try to tackle the less common rhythms, such as 5/4, 6/4, 7/4, and okay, here we go. I will also tackle. We will also go through rhythm, less common rhythms, such as 15/8. There are all kinds of rhythms that we can in music that we can use, but most of the time most of the time we use the 2/4, 4/4, 3/4, 6/8, 9/8, and 12/8. And there are other rhythms that we will be able to go through, and and I will and I will make certain that you know how to count those rhythms. If you're playing in 5/4 or 7/4, I will make sure that you know how to count those rhythms, just like when you count 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 4. So there are ways to count the rhythms like 5/4, 7/4, and so on. If you watch the videos, then I promise you, even though that was not my intention, but if you watch the videos, then I will make sure that I continue to post the videos on about rhythms in music. But if you haven't watched my YouTube video about the 6/8, then I am encouraging you to go and do so you can understand what the 6/8 rhythm is. But I can show you. Let me go. I'm going to show you. Okay, first of all, some people probably asking, some people probably wonder, well, when do musicians choose to use either the simple rhythms such as 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4, as opposed to the compound rhythm such as 6/8, 9/8, and 12/8, for example. Well, the thing is, you have, just like I mentioned in my previous video on the subject, something that we need to always remember. Music has pulse, just like we have pulse. We have pulses. We have pulses as human beings. So music also has pulse. So when you play in the simple rhythms, 2/4, and so on, so the pulse in the measure of the simple rhythm, the pulse are quarter notes. Okay, so like in 2, when I speak of pulse, I'm not speaking about the notes that you play, okay, either on your keyboard or your guitar and so on. Just like your pulse that keeps going at a steady pace, the musical pulse also goes on at a steady pace whether or not you play. So as a person, if you start walking, so your pulse is a little calm. Is calm, is not speeding up. it's not speeding up because you just you're just walking. But if you start running, now your pulse, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physician, but but if you start running, your pulse is going to go a little faster. Let me repeat that. If you start running, your pulse is going to go a little faster than when you were just walking. So music is in some ways is this it, it is the same concept. The pulse in a 2/4 3/4 4/4 in 3/4 in 2/4 4/4 2/4 3/4 4/4 meters. The pulse is a quarter note, and then you already know that the top number of the time signature tells you how many pulses, how many counts you have in a measure, and the bottom number of the time signature tells you what type of note takes one count. Oh, okay, one count or one beat. So the notes that you are going to play, you're going to play them against the pulse. Okay, the pulse is going to go steady. Okay, let's say in a 2/4, the pulse is 1 2 1 2 1 2. So when you play your music, it's going to be up to you either to just stay on the pulse, follow the pulse to the letter, or be off the pulse, or play notes shorter than the pulse, or play notes longer than the pulse. But you will always keep in your mind that you always keep the count of the pulse in your head. In the case of 2/4, you say 2 1 2 1 2. Okay, so in that so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to compare I'm going to compare the meters, the time signatures, because you may wonder how do musicians, how do they choose, how do they know whether to play to write a piece of music in 2/4 or 6/8 or 3/4 or 9/8 and so on. Well, it's hard to it is really hard to understand why a musician would choose a particular meter, a particular time signature to write a piece of music in. But one thing that I can tell you, that if I were to use a lot of triplets, if I were to use a lot of triplets in a piece of music that I'm writing, even though I can use triplets in the simple meters such as 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4, but But if I'm going to use a lot of triplets, it doesn't matter if I use the variations of the triplets. I would choose to write this this piece of music in compound meters, such as 6/8, 9/8, and 12/8, because the pulse in the compound meters, such as 6/8, excuse me, using the compound meters such as 6/8, 9/8, and 12/8. Why? Because remember the pulse and let me show you something. Okay, so look over here. Now you're looking at 2, 4, and 6/8. 2, 4, and 6/8 meters time signatures. Okay. So if I am going to write a piece of music and I'm not going to use a lot of triplets, so I would make it simple for me. I would make it easy for me. Just I would write the music in 2/4, even though I can, because in 2/4 I can still use triplets in variations of the triplets. But if I'm not going to use a lot of them, then I would use I would probably use the 2/4 meter to write my music. But if I'm going to use a lot of triplets and their variations, I would choose the 6/8 meter or 9/8 and 12/8. Okay, because of the pulse, because of the different pulses in the two meters. In 2/4, for example, you got a quarter note at the bottom. In the time signature 2/4, you got the quarter note as the bottom number of the time signature. So that means your pulse in the measure is a quarter note. So you got a quarter note is equal to 2/8 notes. So if I want to play a triplet using 8 notes, so I need I probably need I will to I will I need to well I need I will need to add another 8th note to the quarter note, because the quarter note is only equal to 2/8 notes. So if I want to play 3/8 notes, I need to find another 8th note to add to those 2/8 notes of the quarter note. So if you that means if I want to play, if you look at the bottom number of the 6/8 time signature, there is an 8. That means each in a 6/8 measure there are 6 counts in the measure, and each count takes, there are 6 counts in the measure, which means, what I'm trying to say, there are 6 counts, and those counts are represented by 6 eighth notes. So each eighth note takes 1 count. Each eighth note takes 1 count in 6/8 meters. Not only 6/8, but in 9/8 and 12/8. If you know how to handle 6/8, so you will be able to handle 9/8 and 12/8. It is the same concept. The only difference is going to be your count. I mean the way you're counting your downbeat and your downbeat, upbeat, and so on. So you can, remember, for 2/4 you have 2 pulses. Those are quarter notes, and you got 2 counts in the measure, and each count, and you got 2 counts in the measure, and then a quarter note takes 1 count. So the same concept applies to 3/4 and 4/4. The same thing, 6/8. You got 6 counts in the measure, and then a quarter note, not a quarter note, sorry, an eighth note takes 1 count. Okay, so when that means when you playing into 4, you're gonna go like this. Your downbeat 1, and your upbeat 2. You're gonna say 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, it is the same for 6/8. It's gonna be 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, well, the difference is in the pulse, in the 2 pulses, because in the 2/4 you can just play 2 quarter note. You say 1, 2, 1, 2. See, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so now I just played along with the pulse, which is a quarter note. But I could have broken my note, so I don't play exactly as the pulse goes. I could go a little faster. I could say 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You see, the pulse is still the same, a quarter note, but I just play 2 eighth notes. So you need to understand that. 6/8 is also like I said, 6/8 is the same the way you count. As a conductor, the way you're gonna count it you count 2, 2, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, and you're going to do the same. You're going to do the same with 6/8. The only thing is 6/8. the pulse in 6/8 is not a quarter note. The pulse in 6/8, the pulse in the measure is a dotted quarter note. A dotted quarter note is equal to 3/8 notes, because if a quarter note by itself is equal to 2/8 notes. So if when you with a dot, then you increase the value of the quarter note by half, which is another eighth note. So now you have 3/8 notes. You have 3/8 notes. So a dotted quarter note is equal to 3/8 notes. So that's your pulse in the compound meters, such as 6/8, 9/8, and 12/8. Yes, a conductor would probably start his or her count when using the compound meters, such as 6/8, 9/8, 12/8, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Not like 1, 2, 1, 2 in 2, 4. So when you have 2, 4, okay, 2, 4, okay, the I would say, how can I say that? Okay, 2, 4 is if you are, okay, let me put it this way. If you want to use pairs of the sample and the compound meters, you're going to use it as you need to use them as the way you count them, the way you would count the way you would count if you were conducting. So like for the first pair would be 1, 2, 1, 2. That's 2, 4, and 6, 8. Then you go the next pair. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 would be 3, 4, and 9, 8. 3, 4, and 9, 8. 3, 4, and 9, 8. And the other pair would be 4, 4, and 12, 8. So the way I just classified them by pair is in the way that you count. Okay? In the way that you would count if you were conducting. 1, 2 for 2, 4, and 6, 8. 1, 2, 3 for 3, 4, and 9, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4 for 4, 4, and 12, 8. It's not. It's just a drill. It's not like a piece of music you're looking at. It's just a rhythm drill. 6, 8. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna. You will be able to see. You will be able to hear. You know, the triplets, and also the other variations of it, of them. Let's see. That's 6/8. That was a 6/8 drill. So once again, happy New Year, and get ready to get more stuff from me in 2021. Meanwhile, stay safe.